fond memories. You see the golf course, you're like, the time I was hugging the pool. Like, what's your dream
My dream, like in life.
in life?
Oh wow, that's you knew all this personal stuff about my family. Your Facebook did not get hacked. Okay, like dude, why am I buying a shirt that's like $50 when I can find this on like eBay for 10?
What's your name again?
My name is Sadie
Adrian.
Yarbrough.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you,
Nice to
Adrian.
meet you.
All right,
Thank you.
let's get into it. I'm ready.
My first question to you. You said a lot of interesting things before this. But
Okay.
I'm gonna say, how do you think society has changed since like the boom of social media?
Since the boom of social media, well, I really feel like the boom of social media, like the boom, was during COVID. You know,
Okay,
TikTok,
sure.
Musical.ly, all the things. Like, I guess like the transition after Musical.ly. But I don't know. I think that people are more online in a bad way, but
In a
also
bad way?
good way. I don't
Okay,
know.
what do you mean
I
by
think
that?
I think that on being online and being on social media can help you grow, you know, not only like what you advocate for, but also like just other things like, I don't know, like help you make a career out of it. But it can also make you so isolated to where you're just in this little online bubble. Like you're just really like texting people and not really getting to know them. Like you're just trying to like do it for like laugh value, you know,
Yeah,
even when you're just texting somebody
I
and
guess
not on like, you know, the apps.
I see exactly what you mean. Like, especially with like, I guess more streamers, they do it nowadays. But it's
Yeah.
kind of like the clip farming.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like being a little, I guess, more fake or you know, fabricated instead of pushing like authenticity.
Yeah.
I think that's like why I try so much to push stuff like this
Yeah.
out on my channel, just because I really like just meeting people and talking to people.
Yeah.
So that's really interesting.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think that a lot of the times, like even like when I've ever like if I ever get in like an Uber, I always talk to my like Uber drivers about how just like people don't like talk anymore. You know what I mean? Like they don't have like genuine conversations.
Okay.
Or like say like what's on their mind. It's just like keep it very like surface level.
So what's been on your mind recently?
Recently, I mean, honestly, just like everything like in the world. I think that a lot of people also like try and hide behind screens a lot
Okay, yeah,
and
yeah,
don't
yeah.
really like practice what they preach
For
on
sure,
social media.
definitely.
Like with like voting and stuff of that sort. And like
okay.
no,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, I've never talked to anybody, not recently. That's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
yeah.
posted about it, but I didn't like actually vote. But I'm sure there's people out there,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, and like I know recently, like I was at home over the weekend in Houston, and there's this girl that messaged my mom on Facebook, and she used to be an OT for my family, like an occupational therapist for
Okay.
my younger sister.
Yeah.
And she messaged my mom, and she was like, she had very like differing political views. And she was like, I wish I never gave you occupational therapy for your child. Like, because they
What?
had differing views. And then she was
Yeah.
like, I think you need to be nicer to our president, which whatever your, you know, your views on our president, whatever. But I mean, I was like, okay, whatever. My mom despises this
Sure,
man,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And she's always posting about it.
Okay.
And yeah, this occupational therapist was like, you need to be nicer to our president, whatever. But then was also like, both your daughters are losers. I wish I never gave you occupational therapy. Girl, you're an occupational therapist. You're supposed to be helping people and want to help people no matter their
Yeah,
beliefs.
that's pretty crazy, honestly.
Yeah, hello?
I feel like that's kind of almost case to like get rid of their license, right?
Right.
You're like talking like shit about the patients.
I'm about to drop names.
Okay.
Drop
Oh,
but no,
oh,
I'm
no.
joking.
I mean,
I'm
you're
joking.
good.
I'm joking, but
Whatever
yeah.
you want to
so
say. I
then
guess.
my mom, she like went to go call this girl because she
Sure.
had her number, not her Facebook. This is all on Facebook,
Okay.
and she went to go call her, and she's like, no, like that wasn't me. Like, I guess it got hacked. Girl, you knew all this personal stuff about my family. Your Facebook did not get hacked. Okay,
Interesting,
like people just want to hide
Wait,
behind
she
that
posted
screen.
like your just like
She
personal
was.
information.
It was a like a direct message, so it wasn't like.
yeah. But
blasted all over
it was just
Facebook.
like just chatting
Like,
shit.
yeah, and then she was like, "Well, I'm gonna call you about this because this is crazy that you're saying this about my family." And my mom was like, "What the heck?" Like, and she just wanted to hide behind the screen. Was like, it wasn't me. I'm sorry, girl. We know it was you. Don't lie. Don't lie.
No, this is crazy. Like,
It's crazy
you're a
vibes.
little therapist. That's insane.
I know, right?
That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie though. What do you think about like what's been going on in Austin?
Oh, okay. I guess I did really get sidetracked. Sometimes I do that.
No,
Mine,
no,
like,
no,
mine's
you-
on
you
like
good.
25 places.
Hey,
but
you're just a real person. That's how we think
everything.
sometimes.
Yeah, I know. I mean, for me, right? I haven't been directly affected by everything that's going on in Austin, luckily.
A deadly mass shooting in Austin, Texas is being investigated for potential links to international terrorism. 3 people were killed and 14 others injured when a gunman opened fire outside a popular bar early yesterday.
But I feel like anybody around Austin can really feel the weight. Anybody in Texas, anybody, you know, in America, really. I mean, it's just crazy. Like, I just can't believe like the senseless gun violence that people are doing, not only like around campus, but in Austin on 6th Street, to college students, to just like people. Like, it's insane. It really is depressing. How do you feel about everything? Do you feel like very like weighted by it?
A lot of people, you know, they've been speculating, I guess, like some like
I've
CIA stuff.
Yes, I've seen that.
Because like my roommate, for instance, is Muslim, so like he's kind of more affected by it than I am.
For sure.
And I feel like it's bad that they're kind of pushing out these narratives. I already see people that are like saying like, oh, Islam, like go down to Islam, you know, and it's horrible. It's horrible, you know.
And that's what happened. Like, you know everything that happened on 24th Street a couple nights ago.
What happened?
So basically, there was this one guy. He's already arrested. It's confirmed that it actually happened. But it was like all this big thing on like Yik Yak, and people were like, "Is this real? Is it not real?"
Oh, was it like some girl got molested or something?
Well, that was a different thing.
That was a different thing.
Happened in West Campus. So it's just like it. And I was just talking to my professor about how like, I don't know, like this should be a place where people feel safe and should feel safe to be curious and should feel safe to like be themselves and you know, XYZ. And it's just like there's just a feeling of unsafeness and like uncertainty and like being scared.
Yeah,
but,
I think.
Yeah, it was basically a couple nights ago on 24th Street. This guy, like after the shooting had happened, he was walking up to like Muslim women or like just people in general, being like, "Are you Muslim? Are you Muslim?" with a gun. Too. It's like, why is this?
Yeah, so apparently with that, it was this guy that was going up to a woman. They were saying it was a gun, but it was a knife. But either way, though, that's like crazy to just. And like my roommate brought up a really good point, which is like, what did like the sisters say? You know, because like if you're wearing a hijab, if you're like just, you know, if you're like, what do you say? You're like, they ask you, are you Muslim?
Yeah, like no.
And it makes me feel very scared about just like the environment and society. Like I'm really concerned about how these certain narratives are pushing now, because then people that really truly believe those things will then go out and try to execute stuff on behalf of these other people that have, I guess, started a precedent.
Right.
You know?
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, it's crazy because at the end, like, it's, for lack of better words, okay, it is just your religion. Like, you're just being who you are, you know, and people are attacking you for it. And it's like, what did I do wrong? What am I, like, you know, and it's terrible that people can't feel safe enough to express their beliefs and be themselves. You know?
It's scary for sure.
I know, especially in a place like Austin, because like, I mean, I didn't come from any like crazy, you know, like, suburb or anything. Like, I'm from like a little white suburb and like 30 minutes out from Houston.
So you were saying you're from Houston? What part?
I'm from Kingwood, which is like 30 minutes out from Houston.
Is that north?
Yes.
North?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Where are you from?
I'm from like the Cypress, Katy area.
Okay, yeah. Have you heard of Kingwood? You're like,
nah.
Yeah. It's like a little white suburb.
No.
It's, you know, it's a small town. You know, it's like everyone talks about like cooler culture and things of that sort, where things just kind of like fester and grow because it's like such like a little town with like these small beliefs and like it's not little, you know, but it's not ginormous, and everyone kind of like holds the same demographic and the same, you know, area beliefs, whatever. And then like coming to Austin, I was like, oh my gosh, like there's so much more diversity here, like not in my little tiny suburb.
I grew up in like the complete contrast of what you're talking about. There was like maybe like 5 to 10 white people in my class.
Yeah, so then you came here and you're like,
there's
a lot of white
completely culture shock. Like I know it kind of sounds bad to say, but I was like, holy Christ.
No,
like,
I've heard both sides.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And like the neighborhood I grew up was primarily Hispanic and Black. So it was a complete culture shock.
Yeah. And, for me, it was literally like the opposite. And I was like, because I think I literally had like maybe like 5, maybe upwards of 10 Black people in my grade. Like that was like
interesting.
It. But yeah, it like I came here and I was like so optimistic for everything, and now like everything that's happened like the past year and just everything, like even the changes like higher up like in UT and like defunding certain departments and things of that sort, like it's just really disheartening to see such like a, you know, a weird place, as everyone says, like Austin is, be transformed into like something that they're trying to like stop people from being like curious and be weird,
like conform people, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I think, at least.
Could you touch on like the defunding, like what departments or what areas?
Yeah, sure. So I'm honestly not the most like well educated. I know that it still makes me angry, although I don't know all the like inside details. But I know that the university has talked about how they're defunding like the undergraduate research on top of like you know, women and gender studies, and I think that it really angers me because I mean, not only is undergraduate research important, but also like just learning about different people's perspectives, like in like sexuality, gender, all that different stuff, and like cutting like DEI like last year, that was like the you know, the beginning of everything, I feel like, and then everything just like rolled on afterwards. But yeah, I think that UT is trying to sweep a lot of things under the rug and like kind of be like, oh, like the compact didn't happen, so we're not doing these things, but they are, you know, like just because they didn't sign the compact doesn't mean.
I think it's discouraging too, just to like be an undergraduate student. I feel like nowadays, like a lot of people push the narrative not going to school, and I think I do think education is important, but I do think it's very flawed. And you know, I don't know, I guess like, do you think that not going to college, not getting an education is like more of a viable option? Or like, I guess more so than like in the past?
Yeah, I think so. Especially like when we talked about like back at the beginning, like about social media. I think that you can make a life on social media, but also like my aunt, like she's like crazily enough like the #1 sales representative for Cetaphil, like the face company. Sure. And she didn't go to college. Like she went to college for a year and then dropped out at U of A. And yeah, she's like makes like more money than my whole family. So like I think
that's really interesting.
I think that it's definitely an option to like, you know, explore things outside of like getting an education. I think that as long as you have that passion, that drive, like
I guess like it's good for us, but I say like, what do you think about like society, I guess, going forward? Because like I feel like a lot of people, they might be like, oh, like we need more people in education. Like how do you think that they would balance it if like they see like decline, because it's already declining, but I'm saying like even more declines?
Like how would they like combat that, like keep people educated, you're saying? Like without them actually going to
and stuff, you know? Because like you're from Houston, so you might know about like HISD, for instance. They're letting a lot of like people that don't even have like you know, bachelor degrees just teach. You know, and that itself is, you know, I know they have their own mandate and stuff on their whole education, but it is kind of an issue, you know, especially people that aren't, you know, fully educated, teaching the younger mass, you know, and these are the next generation, as people say. You know? So what do you think?
I don't know. Like, I don't know how you could combat that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay. Yeah. But like also too, like, how do you, maybe you don't have a
good way to solve it.
I guess if you were like I guess a university or something, how would you get people to come to university?
How would I get people to come to university? I don't know. I mean, I always preach like, you know, use your resources. Like at UT, like we offer as much as there are like defundizations, that's not the right word, but like there's defunding happening and like, you know, like things happening to where we're cutting the resources. Use your resources, you know what I'm saying? Like even if you don't go to school and get that higher education or whatever, like you still have so many resources available to you online, on different websites, on different forums, but also make sure before you trust those to make sure they're legit. Like if they're like a .org, not just like a .com, you know, or you know, just make sure to even like go on Reddit and be like, hey, is this legit? Like, is this news that I'm like seeing right now?
There's always like a Reddit thread or something.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like it's the same as like voting. Like you still have to make yourself aware and put yourself in a situation to like want to learn more about things that affect you, if that makes any sense.
I guess so.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know.
You have to go out of your way to use your resources like online, especially if you're passionate about that thing, and like find out like all the ins and outs before really like speaking on it. And I guess like a good way to like really combat that, like especially like in the public school system, like you talked about how teachers are getting hired without like bachelor's degrees. I think that a good way to combat that is just like maybe having like a certificate beforehand, or like kind of like not a competency test, but you know, like a way to be like, oh, like do you understand the complexities on both sides like of this certain field, especially if it's like history, but like in math also, like do you understand, are you capable of explaining this concept?
I think you brought up something interesting when it comes to certificates. I think that might be possibly like a solution. I was thinking kind of like cutting down on the education, I guess, time, because I think the time is really what equates all this money. And also too, like I guess leaving out more general curriculum and then just solely focusing on maybe the teaching aspect or like the math aspect of things.
I get that.
I think maybe that could be a solution, but either way though, I think
I can see that like in higher education, like coming to college and just learning like what like your major specific curriculum.
Maybe it would become like maybe a 3-year program, 2-year program, maybe.
Yeah, I think that from what I understand, I think that in like like London and like the UK and like a lot of Europe, they kind of do like that, where they learn like a lot of like their like general stuff in like high school.
I think so, yeah.
And then once they go to college, like it's very like specialized and you're just like learning.
I heard about that too, actually,
yeah. So I think that would be a good way to do things, but I also think I do appreciate what like UT offers, or they did offer. I'm not sure if they do it anymore. But like with like learning like what is it? Like we have to have like RUGS, there we go, where we have to learn something about a different major, a different like just something abstract out of our field to try and like understand.
I think it's still put in place, but they did get rid of like the flags.
Yes.
So like cultural, human, stuff like that.
And I think that some of those are like like people going into like those, or people went into those flags and were like this is really boring, like why do I have to do this? But I also think that it's important to like explore other things that aren't your major. So I'm like, yes, like we could cut down on doing like some of the general stuff, but I also do think it's important to keep your curiosity and your mind open to doing other things.
Yeah, who knows? Like that might become like your next favorite
like, that
thing.
Might be your thing.
Or your
like
job.
You might switch your major. You're like, wait, I really like this. Okay. Yeah, and then you could like, I don't know, like write a paper about it and then be like famous or something. Like win like a Nobel Peace Prize or like something crazy.
I don't know how famous people get from writing papers nowadays, but
you never know. Sure. You never know. Like a research paper, not like.
Sure. Yeah. I was gonna say what initially made you want to like come to UT? Because I feel like you've talked a lot of like the negatives, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Negatives and positives. But I would say like, what was the initial thing?
Yeah, I mean, when I was a junior in high school, I was like, oh my gosh, like I toured here, and I don't know, something just felt right about UT. I don't know, like my bag just fell. That's fine.
It's okay.
I can stay down.
It's so windy.
I know, it literally
so
is. Windy. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Get some wind in my ear.
Okay.
But yeah, it's kind of great. It feels
nice.
great.
It feels nice.
But it's definitely like, anyway. But yeah, I don't know. I toured here. It felt really right. I know that like there's a lot of stuff to do in Austin all the time, and I feel like from my little like suburb, there wasn't much to do like ever. Like the Whataburger was like the big thing. We were like, oh my god, let's go to Whataburger.
It's
fire.
I guess like that's always like after the high school game or whatever. It's like, yo, everybody come to Whataburger.
Oh yeah. Don't play. But yeah,
okay.
So I came here, was like, there's so much to do. There's South Congress. Like everybody's just so. Whenever I first came here, I was like, oh my god, everyone's so open-minded. Because I was like, oh, like there's so many different, like in my town, nobody really has like the gay flag anywhere, like, and like I was like walking down like South Congress and I saw like the gay flag, and then I was like, oh my god, like the cool like that. Like,
I would say like Austin is kind of the central for stuff like that.
Right.
You will see literally kind of anything.
Right, and like I think that was like my like my thing, and I was like, oh yeah, like this is it. Like I want to go somewhere more open. I want to go somewhere that like is cool like that. And yeah, I don't know. The tower is pretty too, I guess.
I had never been to Austin or UT Austin before I came here. Like,
really?
The first time orientation, that was my first time coming to this campus.
Where did you want to go, like, originally? What was, like, your, like, vibe?
So, UT Austin kind of was always, like, my safety school, if that makes sense. Because,
I've heard that.
like, you know, I always thought to myself I was going to reach, like, I like, got a lot of bigger heights.
Yeah.
Even though, like, a lot of people say this is, like, the best public university in the U.S. Some people argue. I was trying to go to Rice University.
Okay, yeah, Rice.
I wanted to be in a kind of like Ivy level school.
Yes.
And also I wanted to be close to home.
Yeah.
And ultimately I got rejected from Rice.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, if I can't go to the first college in Texas, then let me go to the second. So UT. I came to UT.
Yeah.
And I really took a gamble, if anything.
Yeah.
I originally came in wanting to transfer into another major, and I ultimately wasn't able to.
Okay, yeah.
But I've come to terms with like where I am, and I think I really dissed Austin at first.
Yeah.
But I've come to appreciate it.
Yeah.
I would say like this is it really feels like a town. Like you kind of know a lot of people, or you see people, and you're like, oh, what's up? What's
you're
up?
Right.
And I think it's because it's like super compressed.
Yeah.
I think living in Houston, like, cause I would go downtown a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think you did too much.
You know, I dabble now.
Okay,
I really did. Like I wasn't.
Did?
I would say like I'd probably drive down there like once a week. My dad works downtown, and like my mom, she's a muralist, and she does a lot of like artwork
I was just assuming that because I felt like you said diversity a lot. And
well,
I was like,
in Kingwood there wasn't a lot of diversity. I didn't really know many people like in Houston, but like we'd go down to Houston sometimes. I mean, I definitely think that the thrift game's better in Houston. Hot take. I know a lot of people are like, let's come to Austin and thrift, but like
I've never heard anybody say that. Maybe it's just my circle.
Okay, maybe when I came to Austin, I was like, oh my god, like I know I always feel like people are thrifting here, and then I was like, wait, it's not that.
I'm not gonna lie, thrift is way more in Houston than Austin.
And it's so cheap. Like it's so much cheaper in Houston than it is in Austin, because they're like, I don't know, I guess they try and make it like vintage.
Yeah,
but it's like, dude, why am I buying a shirt that's like $50 when I can find this on like eBay for $10?
It's crazy. Like, Shein for like $3. Crazy.
Dude, it's actually crazy. Like yeah. One time I was thrifting in Houston and I found 2 pairs of Carhartt jeans for $3 each.
Wow.
And I know.
What?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
I got rid of them.
Recently they've been taxing though. If you go to some vintage places now, like they be taxing. Yeah. Low key.
What's
like $40 a pant.
What's your like go-to place in Houston? Not to like out you.
I don't know, bro. I feel like I lived really close to like one of the bins that was in Cypress.
Yes.
So I would go to that one a lot. I would go to like just the Buffalo exchanges in downtown. I would go to like Thrifted Threads every so once in a while. They're a little more on the pricier end.
Yeah. I like have you been to it used to be called Value Village, but now it's called Value World?
No, I've never been.
It's so good. Yeah. It's so good.
Nice.
That's my like favorite thrift place. Like if I'm like back in Houston and I want to take a little trip downtown, I think it's near Montrose area.
Okay.
But a little bit outside. I don't know. It's like on my way downtown.
I guess like circling back.
Yeah.
I like.
What were we talking about before?
No, it's all good. I basically grew up like in that Memorial Herman area.
Okay, yeah.
So like that's why like I guess I had a really big asphyxiation when it came to Houston.
Okay, yeah. We were talking about university. I remember and how we got here. Yes.
But either way though, like I don't know. I guess Austin has its charm.
Yeah.
You know, it's different.
It is very different.
In comparison to Houston is huge.
Yeah.
Where this place is tiny.
Yeah, it almost feels like it's like in sections more than it is. Well, never mind, because like Houston sections are larger.
They're just big. Yeah. It's just big.
Yeah,
it's a big city.
It's ginormous. It's like why do we dude, like our whole art district is like ginormous, and then like you go like a little bit further and you're in like the ginormous medical district, and it feels like you're in a different world, and it's like what is going on? Like I thought I was just in Houston, but now I'm also in Houston, but it's like different Houston. What's going on?
You know, the running joke is like it takes you 1 hour to get from Houston to Houston.
Yes,
genuinely,
literally,
and
literally,
it really does.
Actually
like,
does. It actually does. Yeah,
crazy work. I don't know how people.
Yeah,
like I low key would want to live in Houston
for
a while. But, like, the more I think about it, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like Houston's more of a city than Austin is. Which is, what I mean by that, okay, before anybody gets mad at me or anything, is that, like, Houston is very, like, city entrepreneur vibes. Austin's very, like, city, I'm going to go on a run and drink some matcha
That's
vibes.
what I was thinking. Like I was mentioning earlier, it feels like a town.
Right.
Like I feel like
yeah, I see what you mean by that now.
I see people. I'm like, yo, what's up? Everything. We're like, oh, let's all go to this one place.
Yes.
Instead of like, do you want to go here today? Do you want to go here today? Do you want to go here today? You know.
Yeah.
I feel like it's more so like that. But I think it's cool because it's definitely like the most walkable city I would say in Texas.
It's really cool. Yeah.
I would say. I think that inclusiveness is what makes it very beautiful.
Yeah. And I think it was my freshman year of college, I don't know, I was like coming home from a party that was on like 45th Street or something crazy like that. It was like a long ways away.
You drive or no? You were walking?
I used to, but I walked. Well, I'm saying like I do now. I drive now, but I was walking freshman year. And
You walked?
Yes, I
like
walked.
Like 20 bucks?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Why?
And then it was a PJ Christmas party. Okay. And I traversed a golf course with one of my best friends to get back to Jester West. From 45th Street.
Across the golf course?
Yeah.
How did that go?
Yeah. It was great. It was very walkable.
I'm presuming you were intoxicated, right?
Yeah. No.
So what was that experience then?
You can't get me now. I'm 21 now, so that's all that matters. But yeah, that experience was great.
Okay.
It was great. There's a picture of me like hugging a pole, like one of the golf poles.
Yeah. Okay.
So very walkable.
Yeah, we love that.
10 out of 10. Would do again, honestly. It was really fun.
That's crazy.
And sometimes I like drive past that golf course. I'm like, I wonder if that's the one. I think that's the one. Maybe. But anyway.
It's like fond memories. You see the golf course, you're like, the time I was hugging the pole. Like, I remember it as if it was yesterday.
Yes, deadass. But then there's also like, what we're talking. Oh, school. Back to school.
No, I mean we're on something else
school
completely
vibes.
now.
No, yeah. But also I wanted to say like. I had a very different experience with school because this was the only place I applied to.
Oh wow, okay.
Genuinely, the only place, and like I already had like auto admit, so I knew I was gonna get in.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I applied for biology originally, not speech, because I really love genetics. I was like, I want to be a genetic scientist. That was like I was like, I'm gonna be like a researcher. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna be a scientist.
Yeah.
Then chemistry kicked my ass. I had already like really, really loved speech because I like did an internship back in my hometown in speech pathology. My sister was in speech pathology like when she was younger. But yeah, I really fell in love with it. I felt like that's where my heart was. And I wanted to switch before I even got into college, but then chemistry really kicked my ass. And I was like, okay, this isn't meant to be. Switched and haven't regretted it. But still taking biology courses like a psychopath, and I'm going to take genetics next semester.
Interesting. Yeah. I had a similar experience. Like I was saying earlier, like I wasn't able to internal transfer, but I did a lot. Like before, because I was trying to get into ECE, which is electrical and computer engineering.
Oh, okay.
So I took a lot of math and science courses.
Yes.
Like right now on my transcript, I have like engineering physics 1, engineering physics 2, differential equations. I have like matrix and calculations. I have like introduction to electrical engineering, introduction to computing. I've taken introduction to CS. I have a lot of things that pertain to engineering, and they're basically useless.
Yeah.
And like to go back a little bit, like when I found out that I couldn't get in, I was just devastated for like 3 days. I was like, I thought my whole life I was gonna do this.
End. Yeah, and you're like,
but you know, after a while, I kind of like sat down with myself and I told myself like, you know, I think what I really wanted to do with my life was to always be a business owner, to be somebody that does stuff in business relations.
Yeah.
And I told myself, well, the only reason why you wanted to do this was to have a higher ceiling. So like have a higher salary as soon as you graduate. But it's not truly what you wanted for your life. So I started working towards like, you know, doing content. That's about the same time when I started.
Cool
and
vibes.
it was because of like going through that failure where I was like, you know, if I truly say that I want to do something, then I have to start it.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. I really love, like, one thing that I really, really love is when, like, people have, like, just a passion for what they, like, their, like, life and what they want to do and, like, have a goal and are driven to do that. Like,
What's your dream?
My dream, like, in life?
In life.
Oh, wow. That's, oh, wow. That's a very heavy question. That's a good question. I would say, I don't really have, like, one dream. I think that I've always been like a pretty driven person. Like, I just like do things the best I can, like, all the time. But and just kind of do what I'm passionate about and try and be in those communities in whatever way possible.
Let me change my question then.
Okay.
Because you don't have a specific dream.
I don't.
So
but
I'll give you a different question, which
Okay,
is,
hit me. I'm ready.
what is your purpose, or what
My
is your
purpose?
why?
Okay.
Why do you do the things that you do on a daily basis?
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that my why, I've always really, as I said, my sister was in speech therapy when she was younger. The why I chose my major, and why I chose, like, what I want to do in life is mainly because of her. And I don't think she really knows that. So shout out Ella if she sees this.
You should tell her.
Yeah, actually, well, I really should. I think
should.
it was her birthday recently. She just turned 18.
That's
So I, like, wrote a little bit in her card about, like, our memories together, and I really should have written about how she kind of is, like, my spark. But when I was really young, my parents just, like, dragged me along or appointments, and I was like, ugh. But then I was like, wait, this is kind of interesting. Like, I wanna be the people who help younger kids, like the person who helped my younger sister. So I've always been super fond of little kids. I love, like, working, like, as a babysitter. I worked as a nanny for like 3 years or a couple years
sweet.
in high school. So I've always loved working with pediatrics. But yeah, and I think my dream is to just be, circling back to that, is just to, like, work with pediatrics when I'm older and kind of be that same, like, help that my sister could get when she was younger, and maybe be a little bit more informed than those speech pathologists were, because as much as they did help my younger sister and they knew a lot of knowledge, I want to just literally be the best I can. Like, right now I'm taking a certificate for medical health professionals for Spanish.
Okay.
So I want to just, I know I've said this a million times, but I want to just help as many kids as I can.
You say whatever you want.
Yeah.
This is your stage.
This is my time to shine. No, but
really
yeah, I really
interesting,
do want to help as many kids as I can in any way I can. So I'm really trying to become a bilingual SLP. I'm not very great at speaking Spanish.
Okay.
But that's why I'm, like, looking into opportunities where I can immerse myself and become proficient enough.
Look, this is what you got to do. Life
Yeah.
hack. Literally
Hashtag life hack.
live in, like, a place where you have to speak that language.
That's what I've been told.
And you will pick up on so many different
Yeah.
things.
I need to.
But
like,
choose wisely, because there are a lot of Spanish-speaking
Yeah.
countries. So whatever place you go to, that is the type of Spanish you will
you're
speak.
gonna learn. Yeah. That's all the
Because
question.
I am Colombian.
Yeah.
And Salvadorian.
Oh, yeah.
So Colombians, they speak a lot slower. I would say some of them
okay.
speak a lot more slower, and they also have, like, different slang. And same thing with Salvadorians,
Yeah.
they speak a lot faster. They
Yeah, a
speak
few of my
lot
friends are
faster,
Colombian, actually. Yeah, Salvadorian.
And yeah.
Yeah.
That's really, like, the different slang wherever you go.
Different vibes.
Yeah, different vibes.
The vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you could maybe pass, like Spanish.
You know what?
Spanish.
I've been told. Are you saying, like, I look like I could be, like, Hispanic? Is that what you're saying right now? Or
Well, I'm talking about, like, you could be from,
learn,
like,
Spain.
Spain.
I could be from Spain.
Yeah, because, like, bro, like, okay,
Yeah.
if you think about, like, the Hispanic hierarchy, kind of, like, Spain is, like, they're kind of number one because they colonized all the other
Right.
like countries.
Right. Yes.
So I feel like it's like the more of like the pale skin. You know, they're more of like the the
No,
Spanish.
I know what you mean. You know what you mean.
You know what
I
I'm
got you.
saying?
I got the
Yeah,
vibe.
yeah,
I'm picking up on the
yeah,
vibe.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
this one time recently, Like I'm very white. I'm very.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm not assuming.
No, but it's okay.
Okay.
It's
yeah.
It's fine.
Sure.
I'm very white. Like my family's from like Arkansas and.
Oh wow, that's pretty white.
Yeah, and like like even crazier enough. Like my dad is like.
Do you know what type of white? Or like what?
My mom's French.
French, okay.
My mom's French. And like I still have cousins that are in France, supposedly. Never been there.
Yeah.
Spring break though. I'm going to Paris.
No way.
Isn't that crazy? Crazy vibes. But my dad, that's a little bit more complicated. So my dad is adopted.
Okay.
But his biological family, so his non-biological family is Arkansas, whatever. Biological family is Mormon.
Okay.
From Utah. My dad's dad lived in Louisiana for a long time.
Sure. Okay.
So he's like Cajun vibes.
Yeah.
French ? Not really sure how long.
White spice.
Right.
White spice. Okay.
It's crazy. My family, like, you know how people are like, like my family's crazy. Like my family's crazy. Like there's so much like lore.
You
like
have a lot of lore. Okay.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. Like
fairs. Okay.
What can I say? Yeah. There's a lot to dive into. But yeah, I can't even remember how we got here. But
I don't know either. I don't even know how long.
I had somebody told me recently.
Yeah, okay.
I was talking to them and we were talking about, when like older people, like they're like, oh, like they bring up a story and they're like, oh, like they just mention somebody's like race from the story and like for no reason. Like, yeah, and by the way, he was black. Okay, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, like
okay, like sometimes it matters to the story.
I would
context,
say
sure.
like just
whatever.
Ethnically, we're getting
contextual
a little,
vibes for sure. But sometimes it genuinely has like no.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Prevalence, not relevance to the story.
Yeah.
And we were talking about how old people do that, whatever. And I was like, yeah, my parents do that, whatever. And this guy's like, yeah, Hispanic parents be like that. And I was like, you think I like felt honored. I was like, wow, really? You think I got a little spice in me? No, I'm no.
I think it really just stems from like a lot of just more American propaganda, I would say, that makes a lot of these stereotypes, and then like a lot of people that aren't very well informed then just automatically attach onto those stereotypes.
Yeah. And I'm like,
so
I was like, yeah, because actually we were in that same conversation, we were talking about stereotypes and how he's like, I just feel like it's so like stereotypes are so common and like placed on people and talked about and whatever, that he said he started to believe in those stereotypes. And I was like, that's not a good way to live. And then he said that thing actually right after, so it just like it makes sense. But
it's unfortunate, but I get it.
Sometimes I
get it
where they come from, but other times I'm like, it's not cool to like meet some, like it's not cool whenever you meet somebody and you place those stereotypes on them like initially, and it's not like, I don't know, I think that people are really like too close-minded sometimes to like let go of those stereotypes, and that's when it becomes unhealthy. I
would say we're doing a lot better now, for sure, when it comes to like stereotyping and doing things, but I would say too, like, sometimes I feel kind of in discordance when people are like, oh, why did you assume? But like we just assume
that's how
everything.
we're like trained as humans.
That's just life.
Yeah.
Like I've only assumed that this is a place to sit because I've assumed it is.
Yeah.
Like this is a fence in front of us because I assume it is. I haven't touched it. I'm only looking at it.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Sometimes I think that assumptions can be really negative in a stereotype way, but I think that sometimes like if you see certain traits on people, like you're gonna assume like maybe their gender, like their ethnicity, their background, whatever, when you first see them, just like as a recognizing, like it's like a biological thing. Like we recognize their facial features.
My issue stems from like when people, because I think ignorance is bliss. If you're ignorant and you make assumptions, that's fine. But if you're corrected on them, don't continue to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I agree.
At that instance, then it's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, it's like, come on, dude. Like, are you serious? Are you freaking serious right now?